Today we're going to dive into something super important for every guy to get: how real high-value men talk to women. Modern dating can be a mess, full of confusion, drama, and emotional ups and downs. But here's the key: high-value men handle it completely differently. And guess what? They do it by using the power of Stoicism. This isn't about playing games or trying to be someone you're not. There's no need for cheesy pickup lines or pretending to be overly confident. It's about showing real, unshakable strength. I'm about to give you 13 essential tips on how to talk to women like a high-value man and own every conversation by keeping your emotions in check. By the end of this, you won't just be another guy women are interested in. You'll be the guy they're chasing. Dating today is a bit broken, but we're here to fix it. Stick with me, and I guarantee you'll walk away with some game-changing strategies. Hey, it's James. If you're ready to take things to the next level, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Each video will help you sharpen your mindset and build deeper, more meaningful connections. Let's jump right in with number 1: calm confidence. The foundation of being a high-value man is staying calm and confident. If you're letting your emotions run wild over everything a woman says or does, you're already off track. Here's a hard truth: women are attracted to emotional control, not chaos. In a world where everyone's chasing social media validation and caught up in drama, men who can keep their cool stand out. And trust me, women notice that. When you talk to a woman, never let her see you sweat. You're in control. If she's testing your patience, teasing you, or throwing some unexpected challenge your way, stay calm. High-value men shine in conversations because they don't get caught up in their emotions. Women aren't just looking for a guy who's fun to be around. They're naturally wired to seek out someone who can handle pressure. When you stay calm, especially in awkward or tense moments, you're sending a clear message. I'm different. I'm steady. Picture this. You're out with her, and the conversation takes an unexpected turn. Maybe she makes a comment that would throw most guys off. If you can keep your cool, smile, and respond calmly, you've just shown her a level of value that goes way beyond what you're wearing or the job you have. In conversations, when you feel the urge to explain yourself, defend your actions, or get emotional, take a moment. Pause, breathe, and respond from a place of calm. You'll notice that your words carry more weight when you speak from control. Now, let's move on to number 2: speaking with purpose. This is where many guys miss the mark. They talk way too much. High-value men don't speak just to fill the silence. Every word they say has intention behind it. They don't ramble or overwhelm the conversation with meaningless chatter. Instead, they choose their moments to speak and let silence work in their favor. This is one of the most underrated strategies in dating, but it's incredibly powerful. Silence, when used correctly, shows confidence. It tells her that you're comfortable with yourself and that you're not desperate for her validation or approval. That's rare in today's world, where most people are constantly trying to outtalk each other. A man who speaks with purpose stands out. Women get tired of hearing the same compliments and overused lines. Here's a simple example. Instead of telling her how pretty she is like every other guy, say something that stands out, something real. Try something like, "You have a really unique perspective. I'd love to hear more about it." Now she's intrigued, and you've opened the door to a deeper, more meaningful conversation. Practice talking less and listening more. When you do speak, make sure it's thoughtful, meaningful, and intentional. You'll see that women will respect you more when you leave space for silence rather than trying to fill every moment with words. Number 3: emotional detachment. Let's talk about rejection, something that trips most men up. They fear it, avoid it, and when it happens, it completely wrecks their confidence. But here's the thing: high-value men don't sweat rejection. Why? Because it doesn't define them. It's not personal, and it definitely doesn't say anything about their worth. High-value men get that not every woman will be interested, and they're totally okay with that. When a woman isn't feeling it, they don't break down. They smile, nod, and move on. Think about it. Why let one single moment affect your entire self-worth? The reality is, Women are more drawn to men who aren't bothered by rejection because it shows emotional strength. When you don't let it faze you, it says something important. Your confidence comes from within, not from what others think of you. And that's rare today. Women are used to guys who crumble at the first sign of a no. But when they meet someone who can take it in stride, it piques their interest. If a woman senses that rejection will shatter your confidence, she'll lose respect right away. But when she sees you confidently walk away, even after being turned down, it shifts the power. You show her that you don't need her approval to feel good about yourself. This is how you set yourself apart. A Stoic man is always ready to lose because he's not emotionally attached to the outcome of a single interaction. His confidence isn't tied to one woman, one date, or one moment. He's in it for the long run, and women can pick up on that. Rejection stops mattering because he sees the bigger picture. His emotional detachment makes him stand out, and suddenly the woman who turned him down starts to question her decision. The second you show that rejection doesn't shake you, you flip the script. And that kind of unshakable confidence, it's magnetic. So when you face rejection, don't react with negativity or emotion. Instead, smile, thank her for her time, and walk away with your head high. This isn't just about being polite. It's about sending a strong message. You're not someone who lets others control your self-worth. That's real power. Number 4, patience and timing. Patience is one of the most powerful traits a high-value man can have, and it's something that the Stoics emphasized a lot. It's not just about waiting around, but understanding when the right moment to act is. High-value men don't rush into things. They know that timing matters. They understand that trying to force a connection or impress someone by rushing through a conversation will only make things feel awkward. Instead, they wait for the right moment to say something impactful. Think about it like this. When you're patient, you give people space to open up. It shows that you're not desperate to win them over, and that you're comfortable just being in the moment with them. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from understanding the natural flow of things and not forcing them. In dating and conversations, this means being able to read the situation and knowing when to stay quiet, when to speak up, and when to just let things unfold naturally. When you move slowly, with intention, you not only appear more composed, but you also make the other person feel more relaxed. Women notice when you're not in a rush to get their approval. They see that you're confident enough to take your time, and that's a huge turn-on. You create a sense of calm by not forcing anything. You simply allow the moment to happen, and that makes it more meaningful. Number 5, maintaining composure in any situation. Have you ever been in a tense moment, maybe on a date or in a disagreement, and felt the urge to lose your temper? Most guys do. They let their emotions take over, and when that happens, they lose control of how they're seen. But here's the key. Staying composed is your superpower. In today's drama-filled dating world, the man who keeps his cool always comes out on top. Women will often test men, poking at their emotions just to see how they'll react. The second you get defensive or lose your cool, you lose respect. But high-value men, they keep their composure no matter what. Even when the conversation gets heated, they don't let it rattle them. If she's challenging you, stay calm. If she's pushing your buttons, don't flinch. You're in control, and that calm under pressure is what sets you apart. Women are naturally drawn to men who can handle tough situations without cracking. That's the mark of someone who knows their value. Start practicing this in your daily life. The next time someone gets on your nerves or pushes you, don't react right away. Take a breath, stay calm, and give it a moment. You'll be surprised how much more control you'll have over the situation and the outcome. This kind of emotional strength is what makes a high-value man stand out in any situation. Number 6, active listening. In today's world, we're surrounded by distractions, smartphones, social media, constant notifications. Everyone's in such a rush to say the next thing that they forget the power of simply listening. But here's a secret. One of the most attractive things you can do is be fully present when talking to someone, especially a woman. When a high-value man engages in a conversation, he's not just there physically. He's there mentally too. He listens with his full attention, making the person in front of him feel like they're the only one that matters in that moment. That kind of focus is rare, and because of that, it's incredibly powerful. Think about it. Most people are just waiting for their turn to talk. They nod along, but in their head, they're already planning what they're going to say next. But if you can break that habit and listen without interruptions or rehearsing your next line, you instantly stand out. You show her that you're different from the rest. In a world where many women feel overlooked or unheard, giving them your full attention changes everything. And it's not just about nodding or saying "uh-huh" every few seconds. It's about making her feel like what she's saying really matters. Maintaining eye contact, responding thoughtfully, and asking follow-up questions show you're genuinely paying attention. Try it out. Next time you're in a conversation, make a conscious effort to keep eye contact, put your phone away, and focus on what she's saying instead of what you're going to say next. When she feels heard and valued, you'll notice how much more she opens up and engages with you. It's the foundation for a deeper, more meaningful connection. Number 7, vulnerability with boundaries. One thing that high-value men excel at is being vulnerable in a balanced way. Vulnerability doesn't mean opening up without any filter, spilling everything to anyone who will listen. Instead, it's about sharing genuine parts of yourself in a way that doesn't compromise your confidence or personal boundaries. A high-value man knows how to be honest about his feelings and past experiences without sounding needy or weak. He's open but not overly exposed. He knows that being vulnerable is a strength, but only when done with control and respect for his own emotional boundaries. Think about it from a Stoic perspective. Stoicism teaches that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Being vulnerable doesn't mean letting emotions control you. It means choosing the right moments to share your authentic self without getting overwhelmed by your emotions. When you share, you do so with clarity and purpose, without allowing it to take away from your inner peace. Having healthy boundaries is a key part of this. A high-value man doesn't let his guard down completely, but he knows when to be open in a way that fosters genuine connection. This makes him appear secure and trustworthy, qualities that women find very attractive. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, but you still maintain emotional control and respect your boundaries, you build a deeper and more meaningful connection. It's this balanced vulnerability that shows emotional maturity and creates an authentic bond, which is far more impactful than just surface-level conversations. All right, before we jump back in, if you're finding this helpful, hit that like button. It helps YouTube share this with more men who need it, and it keeps the content coming. It's quick, free, and it makes a real difference. Thanks. Let's get back to it. Number 8, Stoic body language. Did you know that how you move and stand can speak louder than any words you say? In fact, most of the messages we send aren't even through talking. Before you open your mouth, your body is already telling people something about you, and here's the surprising part. Most men don't realize just how much they're communicating without saying a word. Think about it. How do you stand? How do you move? Do you keep eye contact? Or do you look away? These little things send big signals, and women pick up on them right away. High-value men know how to command attention, not just by what they say, but by how they present themselves. Are you standing tall, or are you slouching? Are your movements calm and steady, or are you fidgeting? Is your eye contact strong and confident, or are you nervously glancing away? These tiny details can make a huge difference in how people see you, before you've even said a single word. Imagine this. You walk into a room without saying a thing, but because of how you carry yourself, people start noticing you. That's the power of body language. High-value men understand that their presence alone speaks for them. They don't need to be fidgety or shrink down into themselves. They stand straight, move with purpose, and hold strong eye contact. It's like you're silently saying, "I'm in control, and I'm confident." Women are incredibly good at picking up on these cues. If your body language shows that you're nervous or unsure, they'll catch it instantly. But when your movements are calm, controlled, and deliberate, they'll sense that you're secure and comfortable with who you are. And trust me, that's very attractive. Here's another important tip. How fast you move matters. If you rush through your movements, whether it's walking, talking, or even just reaching for something, you can come across as anxious. High-value men don't rush. They move slowly and deliberately. Whether they're grabbing a drink, fixing their posture, or turning to look someone in the eye, every move is made with confidence and control. When you slow down your actions, you're telling the world, "I've got this and I'm not in a hurry." This calm, collected energy shows confidence in a way that's subtle, yet powerful. Start paying attention to how you hold yourself. Stand tall, make strong eye contact, and move with purpose. Don't rush. Take your time with everything you do, and you'll notice a big shift. Not only will women find you more attractive, but you'll also start commanding the attention of everyone around you without needing to say a word. Number 9. Creating space for her to lead the conversation. Sometimes the best way to show your high value in a conversation is to know when to step back and let her take the lead. This doesn't mean being passive or submissive, but rather being aware enough to notice when she wants to talk more or take the reins of the conversation. High-value men understand that by creating an environment where the woman feels comfortable to share her thoughts, feelings, and stories, they build a stronger, more meaningful connection. It's not about dominating the conversation, but rather making her feel heard and valued. From a Stoic point of view, this aligns perfectly with the principle of self-control. A Stoic understands that sometimes the best action is no action at all. Instead of constantly talking or steering the conversation, you show wisdom by giving space for the other person to express themselves. It takes confidence to be silent, to listen, and to allow the other person to lead at times. This approach shows that you value what she has to say. It's not about impressing her with your words. It's about genuinely valuing her perspective. True leadership in conversations often comes down to knowing when to listen and step aside, letting the other person shine. This not only builds rapport, but also demonstrates maturity and emotional intelligence, qualities that are incredibly attractive to women. By allowing her to lead the conversation, you create a dynamic where both of you are contributing equally, and you also reinforce that you have the confidence to not always be the center of attention. This balance in communication shows respect for her and fosters a deeper connection. Number 10. Mastering emotional control. We've all been in situations where everything feels like it's spiraling. Drama is pulling you in, tensions are rising, and it seems like you're on the verge of losing it. Most guys fall right into that trap. They get defensive, they snap, or even worse, they let their emotions completely take over. In those moments, they're not in control. Their emotions are, and that's where they lose. But here's the thing. High-value men don't let their emotions run the show. They know that controlling their emotions is one of their strongest tools. Here's something to think about. Women are naturally drawn to emotional strength. They want to see if you can keep it together when things get tough. Think about how many guys you know who lose their cool over the smallest things. It's pretty common, right? But if you can be the guy who stays calm, keeps his composure, and doesn't get pulled into the chaos, you'll stand out. When a woman tests you emotionally, it's not because she wants you to fail. She's checking to see if you can handle the pressure. She wants to know if you're the type of man who stands firm in tough situations or if you'll crumble under stress. If you react emotionally, lose your temper, or act impulsively, she'll see you as just another guy who can't handle the heat. But if you stay calm, think before you act, and stay rational, you'll come across as someone in control. And that's what makes you different. High-value men get that emotions come and go, and letting them take over only leads to bad decisions. Being able to step back from all the emotional chaos and keep your head clear is one of the most attractive qualities you can have. Picture this. You're in the middle of a heated argument, but instead of shouting or getting defensive, you take a breath, pause, and respond calmly. That's real strength, and it's something you don't see every day. Here's the tough truth. Women want to be with a man who can protect them, not just physically, but emotionally too. If you're constantly swayed by your emotions, how can you offer that stability? You need to show that you're solid, grounded, and that no amount of drama can shake you. This doesn't mean ignoring her feelings, but it does mean not letting her emotions become your own. You stay centered. You stay in control. The next time you find yourself in the middle of some drama, whether it's with a woman, a friend, or even at work, take a step back. Don't react emotionally. Breathe, stay calm, and respond with logic instead of letting your feelings dictate your actions. You'll notice two things. You'll gain more control over the situation, and people will respect you more for it. The ability to rise above emotional chaos is what separates high-value men from the rest. When you don't get sucked into the drama, you're not just protecting yourself, you're showing her that you can protect her too, and that's a game changer. Number 11, asking thoughtful questions. Most guys stick to the same boring questions like, what do you do for work? Or, what's your favorite movie? But here's the thing. High-value men go beyond that. They ask deeper, more meaningful questions that spark real conversations. They're genuinely curious about the person they're talking to and use questions to build a connection. Think about it. Most women are used to surface-level chat. When you come in with something more thoughtful, it takes them by surprise. They're used to guys who only scratch the surface, never really diving into what truly matters. But when you show genuine interest, it immediately sets you apart. It shows that you're not just passing time with small talk or trying to impress her. You're actually interested in who she is as a person. Why does this matter? Well, asking thoughtful questions creates space for her to express herself in ways that most men don't even think about. When you dig a little deeper, you show her that you care about getting to know the real her. And when a woman feels understood, she forms a stronger connection with you. She'll remember that conversation long after it ends, simply because you made her feel heard and valued. For example, instead of asking, what do you do for fun? You could say something like, what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? Or, what's a passion you've had since childhood? These kinds of questions make her think and give her a chance to share parts of herself that most guys never ask about. So, skip the boring small talk. Go deeper. Ask her about her dreams, her passions, or what really motivates her. You'll see that the conversation becomes more interesting, memorable, and authentic, something she'll definitely appreciate. Number 12, confidence without ego. Here's the thing about confidence, it's essential, but ego? That's a deal breaker. High-value men are confident, but they don't need to shout about it. They don't boast, they don't try to control the conversation, and they certainly don't need others to validate them. Their confidence speaks for itself, quietly but powerfully. This kind of confidence isn't loud or showy. It's rock solid. It's the type of confidence that comes from knowing your own worth without needing to flaunt it. When you radiate this kind of energy, people notice, especially women. You don't have to tell her you're amazing. She can see it in how you carry yourself. One big mistake a lot of men make is confusing ego with confidence. They think that by bragging about their job, car, or accomplishments, they'll earn respect or admiration. But here's the truth. The more you try to prove yourself, the more you show your insecurities. Bragging doesn't impress women. It actually turns them off. Real confidence comes from knowing you don't have to prove anything. You walk into a room already aware of your value, and that quiet confidence is far more attractive than any boastful claims. Women are turned off by arrogance. They can spot it from a mile away. What they really want is a man who knows who he is and feels comfortable in his own skin, without needing to scream it out loud. When you're quietly confident, letting your actions and presence do the talking, that's when you stand out in the best way possible. So, next time you feel the urge to brag or seek validation, pause. Let your actions speak for you. Stay humble and let your quiet confidence shine through. You'll find that women are more drawn to your genuine self-assurance than any attempt to impress driven by ego. When you embody this kind of understated confidence, you'll command respect and attention, without even trying. Number 13, ending with grace. Finally, how you wrap up a conversation is just as important as how you start it. Many men get this part wrong. They think that if they keep talking, they'll eventually say the right thing to impress her. But here's the tough truth. The longer you drag it out, the more likely it is that things will get awkward. High-value men know when to end the conversation, leaving the woman curious and wanting more. You don't need to cling to the moment, desperately trying to squeeze out one last joke or compliment to keep her interested. Instead, high-value men understand the magic of leaving at the right time. When you end a conversation with confidence, you leave her thinking, "Wow, I want to know more about him." That's how you leave a lasting impression. Ending with grace doesn't mean abruptly cutting things short. It's about reading the situation, knowing when the conversation has peaked, and smoothly wrapping it up. Instead of dragging things out, you create a memorable moment by knowing exactly when to leave. Think of it this way: it's better to leave her wanting more than to overstay your welcome and make things feel forced or awkward. Women remember how a conversation ends. That's the last thing they'll take with them, so if you end confidently and graciously, you leave her with a positive memory. She'll think about you after the conversation and look forward to your next interaction. You're not the guy who tried too hard or lingered too long. You're the one who left on your own terms. So practice leaving on a high note. Know when to walk away. Do it with confidence, smile, and give a warm but brief goodbye. Let her wonder what else you didn't say and make her want to know more. It's always better to leave her wanting more than to stay too long and lose the magic. And that's it. 13 powerful ways to talk to women like a high-value man, all inspired by Stoic principles. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it, how you carry yourself, and how you handle pressure. Women are drawn to men who are in control of their emotions and don't let outside factors dictate their worth. Be that man. If you're serious about transforming your dating life and leveling up, hit that subscribe button right now. Leave a comment about which tip resonated with you the most, and if you're ready for more, check out our other videos on improving your mindset, boosting your confidence, and living the life you deserve. Thanks for watching.